Okay, first up is Sam. It looks alright. I like that you got some rotation on the ball. There's something kind of sticky about the bounces. Let's take a look at the graph editor. Okay, so Y translate. I think that actually the biggest problem is the bottom of these curves. So I don't know why that guy's there. That seems wrong. But these are not right. So these should be more like that and like that. So it's slowing down at the bottom, and that is your problem. Whoops. So I'm just selecting it, selecting the tangent, middle mouse drag. Okay. That is going to be more like it. Okay. Now let's watch it. Better. Much bouncier. So yeah, the main problem was the Y curve. And it's possible you had fixed that once and then it did the sort of extra keyframes at the bottom to get that pop, and then there's still something. I guess that's alright. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's the main thing to fix on that one, but otherwise you've done well. Okay, this is Daisy. This looks really good. I like that little extra roll. I like those little bounces there. Those look great. I like the roll at the end. It's really just excellent work. I might touch this like the second bounce feels like it's coming down kind of hard. So it's going up. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess it's about the same. For some reason it looked like it was going like down extra hard or something, but maybe not. I did think you did something a little funny because that shouldn't have gotten left behind. That's weird. Huh. I don't know. It shouldn't have got left behind though. It's weird. Yeah, you said you didn't like the extra frames, but I think it looks good without it, so. Yeah, the nice shape to the curves here. You can see it kind of slows down just a little bit at the end there. I think it's almost like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's fine. I think what's weird is maybe that this fall is faster than the next one. you could try, let's just select all these things, and you could try adding a keyframe in here, keys add in between, see if you like that any better. I'm just, these are very minor things. I think it's maybe that's a little better. I don't know. Just a very subtle change. Anyways, really great work. Okay, this is Zerong. Okay. Alright, you've got some wacky stuff going on there. First is I'm finding the rotation thing a little distracting, so let's take a look at that. Which curve is that again? Is that the move? It's the rotate. So I don't know. Actually, when I look at it from here, it looks pretty normal. Maybe there was something else. I think the fact that it's starting slow, speeding up, and then slowing down again. So let's watch it like this first, so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what's happening. Slow, fast, slow. That's what's weird. So let's try this and make this linear with this button right here to have a constant speed. I mean, you could have it slow down a little bit towards the end, but now let's watch this again. Okay, that rotation's better, but there's some wacky other things happening here. So you use this for the animation. Okay, let's look at your curves. Yeah, so already these look a little, just sort of not that rounded, the Y curves here, so not too bad though. I might touch these up a little bit, but I might just take that and just get a little more kind of, whoops, kind of a little more rounded shape to these. Alright. Let's see if we like that any better. I don't think it's going to change too much. I think some of the weirdness is on the forward momentum of this thing. So you put, that's the move control, this is the placement, you animate it with the placement. It's not really a big deal. But let's look at the graph editor for this, because here's where I think we're going to find something. Actually, that looks alright. Not too bad. I would probably take these out. I think you want to be a little bit more consistent, kind of get a straight line. I mean, you can have it slow down a little bit at the end like you have here. Okay, that's a little better. And now let's look at the squash and stretch thing. So yeah, it's kind of stretching a bit early here. But maybe that's alright. And then, yeah, it goes to the middle there. And then then somehow, that's interesting why it suddenly jumps down there. Why does it do that? It's just those two. I don't know. It doesn't look weird in the graph editor so much, but in here it looks like kind of pops down there because it's going at this pace, and then suddenly it's like, maybe it's the combination of the movement and the squash there. I think the thing is that you want the, I think I know what the problem is actually, is that I think you want the, this contact frame to be stretched. Then you want it to squash, and then, you know, oh, what happened there? Oh, I don't have auto key on, that's what happened there. Okay. So you want the contact frame to be stretched, and then this one can be squashed, and then that, you know, you can, sometimes I said I'd like to have like an extra frame in there to sort of recover. Okay. Well, we got a little wobble there. Messed something up. I think I deleted something I shouldn't have deleted or something. Oh. I think these just have to be a frame later. See if that works. Yeah, that did it. Okay, let's watch this again. That's looking a little better. There's a little acceleration there. After this, maybe this can come down a little bit. Oops, shift middle mouse drag. It's probably a little better. Okay. I think that's a little better. Okay. So yeah, some little fixes, but overall you know, you got the basics in there, so that's good. Okay, this is Terra. It's got a bit of a slow motion-y feel to it or something. I think there's an issue with the Y curve. Let's take a look at that. Yes, that is our problem. So just real quick, watch the movement of this and the way it kind of has these soft bounces, and then watch after I adjust the Y curve to make these kind of more sharp, if you will, at the bottom. See how it like kind of comes in and swoops this way to let you know, you want it to be accelerating until it makes contact, not decelerating at the end. You can already see the curves look more bouncy. Oops. Oh. Let's break this one. Where's break? Here. Okay. See if you guys see the difference. Looks a little more bouncy. Still has a general kind of slow motion feel to it. I just think the whole thing's a little slow. But, and it's got the slow down and speed up and the forward momentum, which I actually don't mind. I actually think it looks kind of interesting. And I think your squash and stretch, so I think everything's actually fine. It just looks like kind of slow to me. If you want to speed everything up, just make sure you get all the controls and double click on the timeline, and let's just lengthen it. Whoops. Let's lengthen it a little bit, and let's just scale this whole thing down. Maybe that's too fast. That looks too fast to me. That looks a little more normal. And there's some kind of weird sort of slide at the end there. I think if it's going to go along the ground, it needs to roll the proper amount. So you might like want to like increase the speed of the rotation there, or let's see how that looked before I slowed it down. Yeah, it sort of slides there. So we could try to just increase the amount it rotates. Where's our, is this the right thing? Oh no, that's the deform rotate thing. It's just this thing. Yeah. So maybe just a little bit more. Oh, I'm sorry, I did that in the wrong spot. Okay. Just check my graph editor to make sure it didn't yeah, let's make that linear again, because it just overwrote the tangent type when I did that. Okay. No, too much. Oh, is there? Oh, okay. There's. I didn't realize. Okay, I thought I was doing the rotation for the entire thing, not just the end there. Okay. That's looking more normal. Okay. Yeah, just little things, but yeah, overall you've done well. Okay, this is Xenon. Just gonna hide the curves. Oh, we're going that way. Okay, that's fine. Actually, I might just do this. I'm just so used to looking at it from left to right. Okay. Alright, it's, yeah, got some of the basics. There's some weird squashing and stretching going on. I think that the bounces are so low that it's squashing and stretching more than it needs to, and the forward momentum is a little bit inconsistent. So you did animate this, okay, instead, and then not that. Alright, so yeah, see, that's a lot of squash and stretch for not a lot of speed change relatively. So I'm actually going to start by, why is that block? Oh, that's the rotate. Sorry, it's this one. Yeah, I'm actually just going to go ahead and delete all of these because I think they're kind of messed up. And just let's focus on this movement first, which is actually okay. I think you need to let's take a look at those Y curves. Oh, you did it on this one. I keep forgetting. Okay. Yeah. It's alright. I think that they're a little kind of angular, and I think you want them a little more rounded, so you know, you might not that much, but you know, just a touch. Oops. See, a little more rounded like that. Okay, see if we like that any better. It's not much different, but a little nicer. And you have the forward momentum kind of slowing down pretty rapidly at the end there. So I might, that's the X, is it? Or is the sorry, that's, yeah, see, that's really quite, well, if you wanted to come to a stop. I guess if you wanted to come to a stop, at the end it should do a lot of little bounces. Since it's not doing that, I would do something a little closer to linear. I mean, you can have like a little bit of slowdown at the end, but I don't think I would do it so dramatically as you have. That looks a little more natural to me. Okay, and now let's try putting a little bit of squash and stretch in here. So you didn't do the extra frame, so just a little bit. And that's our contact frame, so we might squash. And then just give it a chance to recover and then stretch a little bit. You know what's also weird is it's not rotating here and then suddenly it's rotating there. Oh. Something's gone a little wrong with the rotate too. Oh. Just starting over here. What you're using, which I think is, let's get rid of the rotate keyframes on this. Oh, that's not what you're doing it on. And this. Okay, so now it's not rotating. And then let's go ahead and put some in. You know, like there, say. And I'll use linear, double click to select the keyframes, right mouse click, tangents, linear. Okay. And then let's hide those curves. Okay, yeah, and then I said I got rid of the these because that wasn't working. So I guess, are we going to keep trying to fix this again? I should have saved what I had done so far. So let's just try to do it faster this time. Ball placement, graph editor, YF. Yeah, this wasn't a big deal, but we moved these a little bit. Okay, and then what did we do here? We made that a lot more linear, and we put in some new squash and stretch. So set a keyframe. Okay, right before the contact frame, a little bit of stretch. On the contact frame, a little bit of squash. Get that to sort of recover before it stretches again, just a little bit. The top of the curve is about here. We can zero that out. And then again, a little bit of stretch. Oh, I did it a frame late. Oh, come on. I'm clicking too fast. Jeez, it's very sensitive. And some squash here, just a little bit of stretch. The top of that curve, zero that out again. And then, yeah, since it's, it's slowing down, just real subtle. Zero it out again. So better, I think. maybe less squash and stretch even. One thing you can do with that is you can take this whole thing, R for scale, shift middle mouse drag, and just make it all less. It's probably better. Okay.